Hey, what's up, everyone? This is Minnesota Mike. Sorry for those technical difficulties there, getting started a little bit later than I was initially thinking. But this is the live stream for Carmen. And this is a series that I uploaded to YouTube when I was kind of mad at somebody. I don't necessarily feel that way anymore. But I'm really, really glad that I ended up, doing that because some of my students just like absolutely loved the video. Two of them actually, it's their birthday today. So I figured I'd do the entire 9-part saga to Carmen. Just see where it goes from there. So we're live on both Facebook and YouTube as well. The YouTube took a little bit more time, but this is Carmen Part 1. Just as some background, Carmen is an opera by George Bizet, and the simple version is that it's about this woman named Carmen who's with a soldier. He goes off to war, and then she runs off with this matador while he's off at war. And so I was going through some relationship stuff and kind of related that to my situation. For the full story, the whole saga's on YouTube. But before we dive into Carmen Part 1, we gotta have the initial thing, the ensemble there. And so this is that. All right, and now that you're in the mood, by the way, not ensemble, overture was the word that I was looking for. So that was the overture to Carmen, and that paired with the habanera are probably the two most defining songs of this particular opera. So the habanero was actually what I based all 9 parts of Carmen off of. So this is Carmen Part 1. This is a tale of love and betrayal, of freedom fighters seduced by a dame. He left his wife, his military life. He lost it all and she was to blame. He made his life through the world a fight. Part of the reason Carmen was attracted to him. From battle he returned and he was spurned. He'd found a battle he could not win. She couldn't resist the toreador. He swept the veil and she chased for more. She was the heiress to love from Paris, given by the soldier who had returned home. The matador came to ease her pain and left the desperate soldier out on his own. He made his life through the world of fight. Part of the reason Carmen was attracted to him. From battle he returned and he was spurned. He'd found a battle he could not win. He made his life through the world of fight. Part of the reason Carmen was attracted to him. From battle he returned and he was spurned. He'd found a battle he could not win. All right, and that was Carmen Part 1. Buckle in, ladies and gentlemen, because you are about to get all of the parts, parts 1 through 9, and this is Part 2, Carmen Part 2. When I knew you, Carmen, it was quite alarming how often you would go through this same song and dance. You say it was forever, then men were all so clever and they trap you in the middle of a bad romance. The man who taunts is the man you want. A resounding yes with the largest font. For the sole reason that he is there, you turn a blind eye to the whole affair. How do you think the wife of the fighter will feel when the grapevine finally reaches her flat? There's just no way, no matter what he says, that you should believe he is unattached. The man who taunts is the man you want. A resounding yes with the largest font. For the sole reason that he is there, you turn a blind eye to the whole affair. But wait, Carmen tries to intercede, says the matador was there in her time of need. She said we wound up together like a fairy tale, so who cares about deception if it benefits me? The man who taunts is the man you want. A resounding yes with the largest font. For the sole reason that he is there, you turn a blind eye to the whole affair. The man who taunts is the man you want. A resounding yes with the largest font. For the sole reason that he is there, you turn a blind eye to the whole affair. All right, and that was Carmen Part 2. Just to give a little bit of context so you don't have to sift through this again if you don't absolutely want to. I wrote the Carmen Saga about somebody that I knew, a friend of mine, who was, with a guy, broke up with that guy, and then that guy kind of started stalking her, which is very scary stuff. So she, kind of ran to this security guard at her university and, swore that, okay, yeah, he has a girlfriend, all of that. And then lo and behold, a few weeks later, that guy had broken up with his girlfriend, and those two wound up together on 2 separate occasions, by the way. I posted the videos to YouTube when they got back together. Anyway, so that's kind of what inspired this. The soldier was the axe, I guess, and then the toreador, the matador was the security guard. Quite the tale. So that was Carmen Part 2. Part 3 is coming on up. He's your bullfighter. You started to fall when your soldier boyfriend paid you no heed at all. Said he was with a girl he was lucky to have, but then you started hanging out and that's when things went bad. Now Carmen, look at the mess you made. He cheated for the sake of you being saved. Carmen, don't you even see nothing wrong? You think you two were meant to be all along. And here's another wrinkle for the plot. You think he helped you while everyone else did not. Once you're whole, you're given a distorted view. Don't remember what he was like when he came to you. Now come and look at the mess you made. He cheated for the sake of you being saved. Carmen, you don't even see nothing wrong. You think you two were meant to be all along. Now Carmen, look at the mess you made. He cheated for the sake of you being saved. Carmen, you don't even see nothing wrong. You think you two were meant to be all along. Now Carmen, look at the mess you made. He cheated for the sake of you being saved. Carmen, you don't even see nothing wrong. You think you two were meant to be all along. All right. So that was Carmen Part 3. And I've already kind of dove into what the what the background behind this is, and a lot of what happened in Part 3. That actually was a conversation that I had with this person. Just kind of the idea that, like, well, he's cheating on somebody, but I'm the beneficiary, so it doesn't matter. And then I brought up, oh yeah, he had a girlfriend when he met you, and that fell apart, so who's to say it couldn't happen to you? But she just didn't remember any of that, so it was a very frustrating conversation to have. But this is Carmen Part 4. This is Carmen Part 4, Part 4 of 9, and I hope you guys enjoy it. The soldier went AWOL and returned from battle, thinking death was better than life with bullets in his soul. Couldn't handle the depression that stemmed from the deception, so after the war knew where he needed to go. They won the war consolation prize. He'd lost a bigger one in his eyes. Carmen was with the toreador, and the only thing he could do was even the score. Back from the barracks for good in Paris, he meticulously crafted a master plan. As the war's victor, he'd get Carmen in the picture and take revenge on her current man. They won the war consolation prize. He'd lost a bigger one in his eyes. Carmen was with the toreador. The only thing you could do was even the score. They won the war consolation prize. He'd lost a bigger one in his eyes. Carmen was with the toreador, and the only thing he could do was even the score. All right, and that was Carmen Part 4. Getting to something really, really good. It takes a couple of parts to really set up that whole story. But that's just one of those things. Just like any good saga, a lot of the series that you see on TV, they don't really get good until the third or fourth season, you know? So it's just one of those things. Takes a while to flesh out the characters. But this is Carmen Part 5, and I hope you enjoy it. She seemed so perfect, but is this worth it? To fight over her with this scum of a man. She may have lied, but it's a matter of pride, and I hate that you thought of those two together in the end. He booked a ticket, an Iberian flight. There's no way he was going to miss that flight. When the Bulls declared the victor in the uproar, he'll take out the goat of a matador. He'd take out the matador and win Carmen back as soon as the fight terminated. The man she loved would now be the soldier. Once the matador lost, he'd be nothing but hated. He booked a ticket, an Iberian flight. There's no way he was gonna miss that fight. When the Bulls declared the victor in the uproar, he'd take out the goat of a matador. He booked a ticket, an Iberian flight. There's no way he was going to miss that fight. When the Bulls declared victor in the uproar, he'll take out the goat of a matador. All right, and that was Carmen Part 5. Now this next part deserves a drum roll. Not really, but in some people's eyes it does. So the funny thing, I mentioned that my students really gained a liking for this, and it was the weirdest thing in the world because they liked Carmen. But specifically, they really liked Carmen Part 6. And one of my students from last year, her name's Anaya, her birthday is today. And my other student, Laterio, his birthday is today. They were both part of my second period. And so Carmen Part 6 kind of became a running joke that it was like, the best song in the world. Except they were really joking. They genuinely loved it. And that baffles me every single time. Just because my music is my music. I like it, but I never know exactly what's going to catch on. And I somehow got high schoolers to appreciate opera. But anyway, this is Carmen Part 6. And I hope you enjoy it, and I hope Anaya and Laterio and any of my other students are listening as well. He traveled to Pamplona to cheer for the bull against the toreador in the fight. For Carmen's lover was in the ring, and if the bull did his dirty work, that would be alright. The matador won, the crowd went wild. If he killed the fighter himself, he would be reviled. To do it now, so he would wait till it was a better time to show the fighter his fate. He stayed in Spain for weeks on end, trying to figure out how to take out Carmen's new boyfriend. The drawing board was filled to the brim. Maybe tomorrow he would start again. The matador won, crowd went wild. If he killed the fighter, he would be reviled. To do it now, so he would wait till it was a better time to show the fighter his fate. The matador won, the crowd went wild. If he killed the fighter himself, he would be reviled. To do it now, so he would wait till it was a better time to show the fighter his fate. The matador won, the crowd went wild. If he killed the fighter himself, he would be reviled. To do it now, so he would wait till it was a better time to show the fighter his fate. All right, and that was Carmen Part 6. Like I said, not really sure of what the appeal is because nothing really happens in that part. But I'm glad you guys like that. One of my other students, actually, Cole was his name, and he was telling me recently, he said, the thing that I like about Carmen Part 6 is that he said, I don't listen to lyrics. I'm not a lyrics guy. But he said that when I listened to Carmen Part 6, I was motivated to listen to the lyrics because it really got my attention. And of course that's pretty much always my goal. But that's a really cool thing to hear from anybody. So I appreciate that. Appreciate the love for Carmen. And happy birthday to Naya and Laterio. But now we move on to Carmen Part 7. This is Part 7 of 9. He ran into Carmen when the fight ended. She bragged about how the matador had done. If bulls were battled, since the fighter getting rattled, then she was sure in her mind that he was the one. It worked so well in Carmen's head, but laying down was not how the soldier was bred. The trained militia fighter now planned to spite her, and he wouldn't stop until the matador was dead. When Carmen told the soldier she thought it would be over, for some reason she thought he would understand. But in the soldier's mind it was far from fine, yet he didn't tell Carmen what he had planned. It worked so well in Carmen's head, but laying down was not how the soldier was bred. The trained militia fighter now planned to spite her, and he wouldn't stop until the matador was dead. It worked so well in Carmen's head, but laying down was not how the soldier was bred. The trained militia fighter now planned to spite her, and he wouldn't stop until the matador was dead. All right, and that was Carmen Part 7. I do want to say this really quick about Carmen, just this series in general. Like I said, I did not expect the love that I got from my students on this particular one. I think that part of it was, I think it was Beyonce that did a hip opera with Carmen, so that was probably part of the appeal. But I mean, the funny thing for me is that I got this idea through Hey Arnold when they spoofed Carmen. We all get our pop culture from different places. But that's just one of those things. All right, so we've got 2 more parts. We are nearing the thrilling conclusion. This is Carmen Part 8. He found the fighter hiding in the flat somewhere in La Avenida de Tuan. Knocked on his door, the matador knew. When he answered, he was good as gone. He opened up, the soldier drew a gun, said, I'm the baddest bull you've ever seen, you'd better run. The fighter said, hang on, this fight's not fair. You're coming up attacking and I'm without flair. The soldier didn't want to talk fair or not, he was just focused on the story of betrayal. It started with a lady who drove a soldier crazy, seduced him, then left to give the matador a veil. The soldier shot him down, and justice was served. Carmen, when she finds him, will be without words, but she's the one who burned the bridge. The soldier didn't need approval for what he did. The soldier shot him down, and justice was served. Carmen, when she finds him, will be without words, but she's the one who burned the bridge. The soldier didn't need approval for what he did. All right, and that was Carmen Part 8. Like I said, we are reaching the thrilling conclusion of the Carmen Saga. This is Part 9. I know that's a weird number, but that's kind of, well, it's two things. Number one, I didn't need a 10th part. And number two, I forgot to write a 10th part. But that was, just one of those things. I thought I had all 10 and then something happened to one of them, but I'm like, no, it's, the story's just fine without it. So that's all right. But this is Carmen Part 9, and I hope you enjoy it. Carmen walked in, she saw the corpse spread across her piso's living room floor. She looked at the soldier in utter disdain, but finally was able to know the soldier's pain. He said, Carmen, my dear, the day you left was the day I started planning the matador's death. Carmen, I know this might seem hard, but now you like me have your love lost scars. Well, Carmen with that wasn't satisfied. She took the gun and pointed it at his head. The soldier said to fire if that was her desire, 'cause if he couldn't have her, he would rather be dead. She shot him through, he took the blow. She dragged him out with the matador in tow. So despite the soldier's attempts, it was Carmen who was able to exact her revenge. She shot him through, he took the blow. She dragged him out with the matador in tow. So despite the soldier's attempts, it was Carmen who was able to exact revenge. All right, and that concludes the 9-part Carmen Saga. I'm going to keep on going for a little bit, not with Carmen-themed songs, but still more originals. Yesterday, we lost one of my absolute favorite musicians, and I didn't even realize how many people on my friends list on Facebook knew about their stuff, their early stuff before Welcome Interstate Managers. But the lead singer and bassist for Fountains of Wayne, Adam Schlesinger, passed away yesterday due to the coronavirus. And on Facebook yesterday, I did a tribute to Fountains of Wayne with their songs. And now I'm going to play 3 of the songs that I wrote that were inspired by Fountains of Wayne songs. This first one is my most recent one. And this one was written shortly. Actually, I think it was the day that Michael Cohen either got indicted or arraigned. I can't remember which. I think arraigned. So this is a song called Michael Cohen Paid My Tab, and it was inspired by Strap for Cash by Fountains of Wayne. giving a waiter and something next to nothing. I went to the bar to try to drown my sorrows, thinking I'd be fine, though I'm feeling tomorrow. My bank is gonna think I wound up buying the bar, but the tender said my tender wouldn't get very far, 'cause Michael Cohen paid my tab. Don't know where someone would get money like that. Michael Cohen paid my tab. Don't know why some others always think he is bad. Had a girlfriend who loved watching Peabody and Sherman, loved the opera and the voice of Ethel Merman. My lover's worth the cover to Harold at the screen, but how the hell am I supposed to afford a Wayback Machine? I looked on Craigslist, eBay, Amazon, but it cost $1 million just to turn the damn thing on. Finally went to Target, and as I stood in line, the cashier said the guy in front of me would pay for mine, 'cause Michael Cohen paid my tab. Don't know if someone would get money like that. Michael Cohen paid my tab. Don't know why some others always think he is bad. I saw Stormy Daniels talking words of defamation, something about getting paid through a shell corporation. It still did not make sense. He seemed like such a good guy until I saw his house was raided by the FBI, 'cause Michael Cohen paid her tab. Don't know if someone would get money like that, but Michael Cohen paid her tab. Now I know why people think he is bad, 'cause Michael Cohen paid her tab. Now I know if someone will get money like that, when Michael Cohen paid her tab. Now I know why people think he is bad. All right, and that was Michael Cohen paid my tab. That was inspired appropriately enough by Strapped for Cash, the Fountains of Wayne song. And that's one of my favorite songs, the Strapped for Cash. I really like that. And it was written by Adam Schlesinger, who just passed away yesterday. Due to the coronavirus. Really sad stuff, serious stuff. And he's a New York guy. And I know they got it really, really bad over there. And I just want to point out that, even though I said they've got it bad, that's not going to prompt me to say, you got it bad, because that'd just be over the top. Wouldn't want to make light of that. But anyway, that is that. So speaking of songs of mine that were inspired by Fountains of Wayne songs, I played this song last night too. This is a song called Asela. And that is a song. It's really funny, clever lyrics. Please do listen to that when you get the chance. But this song, or that song, I should say, inspired this song, a very dark comedy song of mine called Sleep. And I actually, part of the first verse with the Caracas Airport ground, I actually got a really good night's sleep in the Caracas Airport at some point. This was about 10 years ago. So that's me that I'm referring to. But this is Sleep, and I hope you enjoy it. Some folks sleep on their backs, some can sleep through bear attacks. Some folks only sleep in mattresses, and some can sleep in sacks. Some could sleep for days on end, even if it's on the Caracas airport ground. Other folks such as yourself sleep better when they can sleep around. Some folks sleep when it's loud, some like sleeping on a cloud. Some folks really swear by Sealy, swear that I should buy one now. Some folks sleep for hours, gain their powers, and when they wake up, nothing brings them down. Other folks such as yourself, like you, sleep better when they sleep around. From your landlord's accord, a new man each night as you snore. You kill the lights, it feels right, then in the morning you are sore. Don't you go pretending the cycle's ending. I see your sheets always bending, then in the morning you're on to the next. You never let it rest. Now the birds and the bees are all whistling through the trees as you uncover your new lover, telling to get going please. Some folks love the ones they're with, and when they wake up with them, nothing brings them down. Other folks such as yourself sleep better when they can sleep around. Other folks such as yourself sleep better when they can sleep around. All right, and that was Sleep. That was inspired by a meme that I saw. There was something similar, like, oh, it's fascinating how people sleep, some in beds, some in, sleeping bags, and, my ex sleeps with everyone, things like that. I just could not stop laughing and thought that would be a really good song. But like I said, that was inspired by a Selah, Fountains of Wayne song, and we lost their lead singer yesterday to the coronavirus. Adam Schlesinger. Can barely say his name, but really just fabulous songwriter, really clever and prolific too. If you're friends with me on Facebook, following me there, take a look at NPR's article on him. It's just amazing to see his output, and something we all should strive for as songwriters and people in the music industry. But I got one more, and I do want to end this on a relatively happy note. Still, maybe not relationship-wise, but in other senses. A lot of people, myself included, are kind of looking for our thing or person to pick up at the baggage claim, and that's what this song is about. I wrote this the first or second day of my sophomore year, and it was one of those songs that I really didn't like it all that much, and then I saw what we were able to do with it on the record on Cinco de Mayo, and really started liking it again, or liking it, period. And I knew that some of my middle schoolers really liked that song too. And so this one goes out to them if any of them are still subscribing to me. But this is Baggage Claim, and it was inspired by Hotel Majestic, which was, again, written by Adam Schlesinger, who we lost just yesterday to COVID-19. So I'm Minnesota Mike. Thank you so much. Lost my ticket and missed my flight, didn't get what I wanted. waiting for a plane to know where you came in my life. Now there's no way I'll leave this town. I hear announcements with the local time. The plane's taking off, they're making noise outside. Don't wanna go, don't wanna say goodbye. I think I'll stick around. Yeah, I missed my flight, and people are envious, saying what about the rest of us? Sure, I may miss my plane, but I still picked up someone and the baggage claim. Missed my flight, still have security. So damn happy that I didn't leave, 'cause right with you is where I wanna be. Without my life in the air, people are stranded on the tarmac, knowing when they board they won't be coming back. They hate me because my life is on track. I found someone who cares. Yeah, I missed my flight, people are envious, saying what about the rest of us? Sure, I may miss my plane, but I still picked up someone and the baggage claim. Yeah, I missed my flight, people are envious, saying what about the rest of us? Sure, I may miss my plane, but I still picked up someone and the baggage claim. All right, and that was Baggage Claim. That was again inspired by Hotel Majestic, a great song by Fountains of Wayne, and penned by Adam Schlesinger, who we just lost yesterday to the coronavirus. Thank you guys so much for tuning in. All my friends on Facebook, all my students on YouTube, and anybody else who might have randomly tuned in on YouTube. Love you guys. Stay safe. Please stay inside as much as you can. I get that, you got to eat groceries, all of that. Go for walks. That's been helping me stay sane. And that's coming from me. I hate exercise. Somehow that's really helped. Stay sane, reach out if you need anything. I'm always here for you. And I appreciate you guys listening. For those of you guys on Facebook, I did drop a link to my Venmo. If you feel inclined to do so. I know we are all hurting, so absolutely no pressure. Mark Parcell once said I'd play for a crowd of no one. That didn't actually happen tonight. I'm really happy with all of the people tuning in. I appreciate you guys for that. I could not